Hello, hello, and welcome to our Monday practice. We're going to be working on balance today. So let's start with a little balanced breathing. Actually, we're going to do some alternate nostril breathing. So grab a seat on a block or a nice, thick and firm pillow and have a seat with me. Take some deep breaths in and out of the nose. Sitting tall. Take your head back over your hips. Let your chest lift. Close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose. Take your right hand and take these first two fingers to the third eye center, right between the eyebrows. Cover your right nostril with your thumb. Inhale through the left nostril. Inhale to about 80% and hold. Switch, ring finger to the left nostril, exhale through the right nostril. Inhale, right. A gentle hold or a little pause, just a little pause. And switch, exhale, left. Inhale through the left. A gentle pause, exhale, right. Inhale, right. Switch, exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhaling, right. Heavily pause. Exhale, left. And then sit tall and take a breath. So what that breath does is it really balances energy in your body. You have a fight or flight response. You have a rest and digest response. And that breath balances those out. So you ever feel riled up, or like you might need a little extra energy, it'll balance the energy. Balances the two sides of the brain, and it balances the activity in the nostrils as well. So which side of the brain is most active. So now we'll stand up and we'll work on a little bit more like traditional type of balance. So come on up. So I'm going to invite you because I think we'll have people at all different kinds of levels. So I'm going to invite you to do one of three things. So this whole balancing sequence that we're about to do can be done on a foot. It can be done on a block with one finger holding on to a piece of furniture or a wall, or it can be done with no hands, standing on a block. So we are going to start standing on our left foot on the block. And put your right foot right on top. And just hold and breathe. And notice how there's a few things that go into balance. And just notice for a moment that your ankle might be twitching back and forth. And we're going to come off the block and talk about that for a second. So put your feet together so that the inside balls of the feet are touching and the inside of the heels are touching gently. And then shift your weight onto the back of the heels, but leave your toes on the floor. With your chest lifted, close your eyes. And breathe. And I want you to start to notice what's happening in your hips, what's happening in the legs. There may be like a little twitch here, a grab there. And as everything's kind of moving and twitching, I just want you to notice that those are the things that keep you in balance. Those are the balance tools, really, that your body uses. The twitch and the grab. This also develops strength in your ankles, supports your knees and your hips. So balance is really important. And one thing that I love about balance, let's go ahead and stand, open your eyes and stand on the block, is that at whatever level of balance you're at, we can always kind of like improve the skill. And we're going to do that in several different ways today. A few different ways. So this is a little bit more traditional, balancing on one leg, balancing on one foot. Go ahead and take your knee up and just kind of notice what happens over here as your knee lifts. You might have to engage a little bit differently. There might be some extra twitching. Go ahead and notice your focus. So if you're looking at me directly with your eyeballs, and I fall, you might fall too. So notice if you look softly and look a little bit past me, where you can still see me maybe in your screen, but not entirely staring hard. And then roll here your ankle and reverse and hold. And then drop the leg. Swing it gently. This will decompress the hip joint actually. So I like this one a lot. But it'll also challenge your balance over here. And then bring your knee back up. A little twist. And when you twist, I want you to take your eyeballs just slightly ahead of where you're twisting. Come back to the center. And then step down. This leg should be a little tired now, or maybe a lot tired now. And just notice that's how we develop the strength and the skill of balance. Balance keeps you healthy, keeps you agile, strong, all of those things. So let's stand on this side and put your foot on top. Interesting thing about balance, if you're right-handed, it's likely that you'll notice that it's easier to balance on your left foot, your left leg, more times than not if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, there's about a 50-50 chance that you balance better on the right or the left. And most of us can quickly identify this side's easier, that side's easier. One thing I want you to look for is make sure that you're not like sitting into your hip. I tend to do that over here on this side. This side likes to kind of anchor down and hold things in place. Just notice that too. And lift the knee here. Keep breathing long and smooth. You can do whatever you like with your hands. If they're comfortable on your hips or down by your sides. Either way. Let's roll this ankle. And reverse. And hold here. And then take the leg, drop it down, and we're just going to do very small leg swings. So we get a little decompression for the hip, and we challenge the balance on this foot, on this leg, and this hip. And bring the knee back up. Hold here, we're going to do a little twist. So your eyeballs travel a little bit ahead of your twist. And see about keeping your balance here. Twisting back to the front, slowly, slowly, slowly. Excellent. And then step down. So there may be a little fatigue in the lower legs, the ankles. And that just means that you're building strength is really what that means. So come on out and we're going to come down onto our knees. This is going to be a little bit different balance. So if you think about how your hips and your low back respond and balance. So they all get involved, right? It's not just your ankles, it's not just your lower legs. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our lower legs and ankles out of the picture, and we're gonna have from the knee, the hips, the low back, have us balance in this position. So take one foot up here and put your arms out. Arms out helps you balance. This is a little help. We're gonna take this foot and move it back. And we're gonna be balanced up here on the knee, and we're just gonna lift this one. And we're gonna hold and breathe here. And then what we're gonna do is bring this leg around, put the knee down on the floor, and bring this other leg up. And put the arms out, and then balance here. And really, this is kind of fun. So none of us are looking perfect here. None of us feel perfectly balanced because the twitch now has to be in the low back and the hips, right? And so that's gonna make us feel a little off kilter. Let's put this knee down, go back to our original side. Balance here up on the knee, arms out, lift the leg. And this will challenge like a different part of your body, right? So your low back now, your core, and your hips are all figuring out, what do I have to do to keep her balanced? All right, second side. Excellent. Come out and notice, how did that go? It was fun, right? That one to me is fun. I love it. It's a little fun, and it's a little funny too. Like it's kind of an interesting exercise. All right, so let's come into a plank position. We're going to turn the core on a little bit this morning. So come into a plank. This is a big help in balance. Just make sure that your hips aren't up towards the down dog and they're not dipping down into an up dog either. We're gonna take the right knee straight on towards the right elbow. We're gonna maybe slide it down towards the right wrist. Notice I am not hunching in my low back. I'm just simply moving my knee up, over to the other elbow, down, up, center the knee, tap it down on the floor. 1, 2, 3, step it back to plank, second side. Left knee toward the left elbow, left wrist, left elbow, right wrist, right elbow, center, tap down. 1, 2, 3, step back to plank. Set your knees down. As you might imagine, that's one repetition. You don't need back here. But let's do one more together. Here we go into our plank. And yes, you're welcome to be on your elbows, but make sure your hips don't come up. If you are on your elbows, you don't have to swing your knee out to the side like that. So here we go. Right knee toward the right elbow, toward the wrist, right elbow. Second elbow, wrist, elbow, center, tap down. 1, 2, 3, bring it back to plank. Second side, elbow, wrist, elbow. Other elbows, elbow, center, tap. 1, 2, 3, bring it back to plank. Set your knees down. Take a breath. All right, you guys are awesome. Especially, that's not an easy exercise, but it is an important one. Let's go back to this knee balance and do this one more time. See how that shakes out. Arms out. Lift the chest. Come onto your knee and bring this other one up. And notice if it's easier to balance in this position now. Notice what changed. If anything, maybe it didn't. Let's try the second side. And our work here really is all about balance. Like when we look at injuries, which a lot of our programs do look at injuries or injury prevention, we look to see how balanced a joint might be. Because anytime there's pain, there's definitely imbalance in the joint. There's like tugging or grinding somewhere in there. So we're always looking at how do we establish balance in the joint, the body, and our minds, right? Like the whole deal. So let's come back to our seated position. And let's do a little seated balance. So cross your legs in front of you, lift your chest, breathe deep. Close your eyes. Deep breaths. Longer exhales and inhales will help balance the energy. It'll drop the energy down. It'll drop your heart rate down fast. One more breath again. Slow in. Big long exhale out. Okay. So let's come off the block. And actually, we're going to grab two of them. We're going to do one more balance. So this one's also a fun one. We're going to lie on our side. Use our core for this one again. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to put one block between your feet. And you want to bring that block out to the side and lie directly on your side. This other block comes up here in hands. And you're going to rest your head on your the bottom arm that's on the floor here. Now I want you to, if you're directly on your side, just notice all of the things that are working from head to toe to keep you balanced here. Now here comes the fun part. So we are slowly, gently going to roll to the belly and then to the other side. And here's what it looks like. And, not that this is smooth feeling, but you want to make it as smooth of a transition as possible. So go slowly, and if you come apart, meaning the blocks fall out of your feet, just reestablish it and do it again. And then, of course, come back to the belly and to the other side. And this develops a certain kind of strength, doesn't it? What I love about these balancing exercises is they're so practical for not just your athletic self, which they very much increase your athleticism. Let's roll one more time to the left. And breathe. But they also help with your day-to-day activities. Balancing on one foot. That helps you walk, hike, run, and back to your belly and to the right side. And we'll take the blocks out of the feet and out of the hands and find yourself a nice position to rest in. Shavasana, legs up the wall, or that nice gentle back bend with a couple of blocks. Join me tomorrow for our Tuesday morning session at 9:45 Central. And take it easy. Have a great day. Stay warm, and I'll see you soon.